Good morning. Hi, my name is Sam. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today I want to talk about the spine fusion caused by ankylosing spondylitis, uh, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, basically an autoimmune disease that causes your spine to fuse. Um, the spine fusion is basically an inflammatory disease that causes an overgrowth in the bone, and over time um, the bones will start calcifying and it start growing over your disc, where it creates a very limited or almost no mobility of the spines. So let me get the disclaimer out. I'm not a doctor. I am not in any of the medical fields. Um, Basically, everything that I talked about are conditions that I have been dealing with personally. The medications that I'm going to talk about are medications that have been used on myself currently or in the past. So if you have any questions or concerns, please contact your doctor for any medical advice. Thank you. So what I want to really talk about is, how much um, how much I have been through during the process of the spine fusion. Um, I can tell you off the bat, it's a great deal of pain, and it took a long, long time before it is completely fused. So currently, my whole spine from way up the neck down to the lowest part of the spine is completely fused on my back currently. So if we look at the chart here, now here, this is a normal spine where you see your disc. This will allow your movement, of your spine freely. Now this here, you're getting inflammations here that is starting to cause issues. And over times, you can see here is basically the bone overgrowth that kind of grows together and completely fusing your bones, your spines, and thereafter your spines have no more movement. You cannot bend, or um, you won't be able to. The worst part about once it's fused, you will not be able to have any um, a power or energies that the spines can give you, because the spine, um, a lot of things you do like lifting, swinging, stretching, all those will come from your spine, and once it's fused, that pretty much that limitation is pretty much gone. So during the fusion process, how much pain level is there? Um, at what age did I start? Well, my fusion um, started somewhat in my very early 20s, at the same time where I was having both hips replaced. It's part of the disease that caused the hips, um, that is so painful, and it was so damaged. There's just no way around that. I have to get my hips replaced, and that, at the same time, that's where the fusion started, the inflammation. Now, precisely which part of the spine did it start with? I don't remember. Um, all I know is gradually over time, so the whole thing is just fused. I don't know if it starts from from the top here, or the bottom, or the middle, or the lower back. But I know when it starts hurting. When I was seeing, when I did the hip surgery, I was still following up with my orthopedics on um, a month or every 2 months or so. I see him, and he gives me some injections right there in that area, steroid injections. That takes the edges off. It works really well, but it doesn't last. And here's the X-ray of my spine. It's not very clear. You can see here I have no disc. All these are basically already calcified, and I have one complete fused spines. Is when you also call that a bamboo spine. The pain level. Oh my goodness. The pain level is pretty much constantly at a 8 to a 10. Probably on a good day, I would still be on a 6 and a 7 scale. It's quite painful, very very painful. Um, and the most painful part generally comes in the morning when you have a when I have a restless night, um, and getting out of bed is probably the toughest things that I ever done throughout the day. It's always a challenge just getting out of bed. A very slight movement can literally just makes me cry. It was so painful that I had shed many tears in the days because it was hurting so bad. And the only way for me to get out of bed and in those days, in those worst days, is you would put focus all of my energy into one little area, the arm and the leg, and with a deep breath, kind of push and slide 1 inches towards the edge, and then constantly deep breath, slide towards the edge, rest, deep breath towards the edge, and finally when I get to the edge, I just let one of my legs drop down. One of my legs just dropped down the edge, and later relax for a little bit, more energy, pushed over, let the other legs drop down to the bed, and then just bite on the teeth, bite on the tongue, whatever it takes, with one big push on the hand in the back, and trying to push myself upward uh, to get out of bed. That's how bad it is, and it is just so painful. And the types of pains that I would be feeling is a lot of the time is very much more like stabbing pains. It's like you take a knife or axe and you just kind of pierce through the bones. It was just hurting so bad. It felt just like that. Um, Also, a lot of times I felt these crushing pains as well. When that comes, it's like a tank just gonna run over you. Runs over. Um, Squeezing pains. A lot of times there are squeezing pains. It's just like it's something's crushing the body, and it's just so horrible. Dull pains are probably the most relaxing or so-called the best moment. But don't look at dull pains as as a good pain. It's not. that pain just kind of lingers on, and you feel the pain, but you can't get rid of. So how do I manage these pains in the days? Well, um, first thing after I get out of bed, with all of my efforts, um, I go straight to the pain medication department. I have all these pain medicines laid out. I was taking a lot of pretty strong medications like Vicodin, Tylenol with codeine, and all that stuff. So yeah, the first thing I would do is I would take a painkiller and just sit there. Really, just literally sit there for about 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however long for the medication to kick in to give some relief. And before I can do anything, that's really what I be doing. This is when I'm still working in those days. A lot of painkillers to get through the day. It's pretty tough. So when I get home, um, I try to use uh, heat. Heat can actually kind of make the blood flow, and when you apply heat to it, it actually the area feels warm. The pain level kind of goes away. It feels good, and I even do that during the night as well when I go to sleep. Um, every chance I get, I would probably take a super hot bath, and I throw some Epsom salt in there. Uh, Epsom salt can actually relaxes the muscle and it reduces the pain, along with the heat in the bathtub. It just makes the body feels a lot better. Ice packs. Ice packs are ice packs are good to reduce inflammation. Ice actually does a lot of good things. Um, when I had my shoulder surgery, when I was in the hospital, I didn't really use any pain medication with the big cut in the arm and the shoulder. I keep asking the nurse to give me ice pack, and it just sits on my shoulder, and it really reduces the pain, and it helps the inflammation, and it helps the healing of this a lot quicker. But ice pack does not work well when I'm trying to sleep. Um, so at night, the ice pack bottle. If you look at the below, um, this thing is not so much. So it's not so easy to apply on the back of the spine. Um, I use I use this thing a lot. Fill it up with hot water and then just place it on the bed where I just kind of lean my back, my spine over it with a slight tilt. And this will actually gives me the comfort to sleep a little bit. These are the old times, as I mentioned before, in the old days. But now you can easily buy one of this heating pad and anywhere, Walmart, Target, Amazon. So these are much easier. They don't have this kind of heating pad in the days. Herbal medications. I have tried herbal medications a lot, and this is where what it, another name for that is more like Chinese medicine. I have seen many of the Eastern doctors, multiple here in America as well as overseas. Um, many acupunctures where they stick needles on you, um, electronic, electricity shock acupunctures, where they actually tie the wires to the needles and gives you electricity shocks into the body. Acupressures. So I have tried many of those. It does help a little bit, help relieve some of the pains. But again, I am taking a lot of the pain medications, and I do have to watch out to see uh, what is interacting and what it's not. So there are interaction between plants and other stuff as well. So um, yeah, try many of those in the days. Um, my doctor, also my rheumatologist, also mentioned I should not go to a chiropractor or a unlicensed massager, masseuse, because they don't want me to crack my back. They don't want them to just crack the back without knowing the actual condition. So I was very um, reluctant to go see those people. I wanted to go get a massage every here and there because it's so tight. My body is so tight and it's so painful. But I'm scared that they just put too much energy and crack it. And especially during the period of the fusion, the spine is pretty fragile. When now it's completely fused, it's a lot more stronger. But the earlier days, it's very fragile. So if you guys are into that stage, please be careful with that. Um, at the time, the medication that I was taking, I was actually already on biologics. That's for one. And then while I am on biologics, I was also taking Vicodin for a long time. And then I was switched over to Tylenol with codeine. It's all narcotic, so it's very, very strong. Um, there was a period of time I was taking those non steroid inflammatory drugs, drugs like Mobex and Baxtra. Those are already out of the market right now. But those I actually really like those medications that they do work really well, but they do cause some heart issues. So for some reason, maybe I do have a little bit of heart palpitation these days, and I'm not sure it was coming from there or not. So uh, luckily, one thing that I do not do is I don't drink alcohol, and that's very lucky on my side. Um, because the medications such as these narcotics, Vicodins and uh, Tylenol with codeines or any other uh, pain medications, morphines, they do not mix with alcohol. So lucky for me, I don't drink. And if you guys are taking these medications, pain medications, or medications for your ankylosing spondylitis or arthritis, try to stay away from alcohol. It do not mix. There's a lot of problem with people who take these, and some severe or major issue can happen. So please be careful with that. Um, I mentioned steroid injections. Steroid injection that my uh, orthopedic, not my rheumatologist, but my orthopedic, who's the doctor that replaced my hips. I still want go to follow up with him, and every time I go there, he asks me, "Sam, you need a shot?" And I was like, "Yeah, heck yeah, I need a shot." So he gives me a couple shots of the steroids right into my back, the center part of my back, or sometimes on the upper, middle, and the lower part. He just gives me a shot. And oh boy, right after those shots, I felt like a new person. The pain is just gone. Steroids, yeah, steroid can do wonders, like beautiful medication. But you cannot be on steroids for a long period of time, and it can do a lot of damage if you actually are on there for a super long time. But the problem with these shots, it will only last for a week. In a week of time, I was super good, and then once that starts fading, oh my, the devil just comes right back. So how long did it took for my complete fusions? I don't remember. I don't exactly remember how many years it took for the full course of fusion to be done on my whole spine. But I can tell you, it's actually years. It's not like an overnight, not like 2 months. It is years. It's multiple years. I'm even thinking about 5 to 10 years. So I have to deal with all these pains for that many years. Um, what the other things I don't know about in the days, or calciums and vitamin D's, those are good um, for the bones, and I really haven't been taking any of that. None of the doctors actually in the days actually suggest these, but there are a lot more research nowadays as calciums and vitamin D's in particular would help the bone stays strong. So I wish I knew I would be loading up on those. So I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes I have done. In the old days, it's like I said, I started having these when I was young. Being young and naive, thinking that, oh, it's just some pain, take some painkillers, and things will go away one day. It doesn't. Um, I don't know enough about the disease, um, and didn't really occur to me to care so much about it, um, care so much about the long term effect, but rather the current effect. I was more focused on, just taking painkillers, and when I'm not in pain, I was just gonna do whatever I need to do, and not thinking about how much damage it does in the long run. And I should have, if I have to, if I can go back in time, definitely these are one things that I need to know. Um, Learn as much as possible. I didn't same as what I just mentioned. I don't really know enough about the condition. And at the old days, we don't have the information right on the touch of your fingertips. And you punch in a couple of keys, all these information will pop up in front of you on the monitor. And there's a lot more information that you can read about these days, and what this condition is, how much damage it can do to you. All these is at the touch of fingertips. I don't have that in the days. If I need to know, I have to go to the library. I have to go find magazines. I did order a couple of medical magazines that it's about arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis. These are all that we can get from the old days, but now everything's on the internet. So much easier to get access to. Medications and foods. Again, I did not try any of the. I did not try changing my diet, nor I have any information. Again, not as easy to be found as now on the internet. Um, I don't have these information on the on my fingertips. I cannot get access to these information easily. So, not knowing the type of food, the type of diets that can reduce the inflammation is really a disadvantage in the old days. Nowadays, like I said, find out what food is good, what can help you, what can reduce inflammation. It really will help your pain level or help your disease a lot. Now, here's the part about the exercise. I have completely missed it. So yeah, again, the exercise part it's very important, and the more exercise you do, exercise can actually replace some of the medications. So I would very much suggest you to get yourself moving, get your blood floating, and that can actually can reduce a lot of the pain. And generally, like I said, the morning is the worst, and once you keep make your body going, once you get out and moving, it gets better throughout the day. So that's exactly what it is. You're moving your body, doing more exercise. It can help reduce the pain, and it can cut down on your medications. And it's something that I have not done. Um, in the old days. I wish I would have a chance to go back and do that again. So, how many people are dealing with the spine fusion at the moment? I would love to, see what you guys are doing to manage your pain. What you guys are doing to trying to, get through the day. Like I said, I talked about my own conditions above. Love to hear from other people to see how they are dealing with their own pains and levels of pains and how they manage their day-to-day activities. So if you have any information, leave me a comments below. I'd love to share if it's possible, if you don't mind sharing it with me. If you have any questions that you'd like to know from my experience, you can also leave a message below and I'll get back to you. So that's all for this particular video. Thank you for watching. Um, Thank you for hearing all of my my pain and all that. Hopefully, I can give you a little bit on the insight about this particular condition and how much damage it can do. And I know it's most of these things I talked about are not good newses, but hopefully you can take some of these informations and learn more of it and apply it to your own. Do find out, read more about the conditions. Um, the more you know, the probably the better that you know how to handle it. Exercise would greatly help. Take good vitamins. Do some make some diet change would help greatly. Make sure you have a good rheumatologist, as well as if you are going to the stage that needs to have a surgery, which I do not wish anybody would get to there. Everybody's condition is different. Um, some are very light, some are very severe. Mine's is on the severe side. So make sure you have all these good doctors that you can go to. Uh, they will very much take care of you. So again, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give me a like. It will help out the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully, we can share this with more people. Also, if you can subscribe, we're really helpful. I will have more videos out about other conditions that are more related to autoimmune diseases and multiple. I have multiple immune diseases, so those are coming soon. So anyway, take good care of yourself. Hopefully, we can share the informations and we can all find a better days together. Take care. Be well.